verse 3. So at the Lord's command, Moses sent them out from the desert of Paran. All of them were leaders of the Israelites. So we're talking about our 12 tribes. So 12 tribes, 12 men. So Moses sends out 12 men to go from the desert of Paran to look out, to scope out really the land of Canaan, which the Lord God had promised the Israelites. I want you to keep that promise in mind. Keep that promise in mind. So verse 17. When Moses sent them to explore Canaan, he said, "Go up through the Negev and on into the hill country. See what the land is like, and whether the people who live there are strong or weak, few or many." So, Moses is about to give them a number of directions and things that they should look for. So as the leader, he is telling them, here's what we need to know about this land that God is giving us. There's some things I need you to find out. When you go to scope out this land, there's some things I need you to find out. And he starts with saying, what is the land like? Are the people there strong or weak? Are they few or are they many? So why does he need to know this? Why does he need to know this? So Moses needs to assess the landscape. And more importantly, he needs to assess the competition. So God has said he was giving Canaan to the Israelites, but the Israelites would still need to fight to secure it. So these questions that Moses is asking are very, very important because they still had to do something to get the promise. The promise wasn't just, God wasn't just going to give it to them like you just walk in and here it is and all the people are going to flee. No, they were going to have to do something to get this promise. Even though God said they're going to give it to them, they have to do something. So Moses is trying to get the lay of the land. What is the competition going to be like? What are we up against to receive this promise from the Lord? So we go on in verse 19. He continues to ask them or tell them things that they need to consider. What kind of land do they live in? Is it good or bad? What kind of towns do they live in? Are they unwalled or fortified? How is the soil? Seems like he shifts gears, right? How is the soil? Is it fertile or is it poor? Are there trees in it or not? And what he's really asking them is, what will the living conditions be like for us once we inhabit the promise? So once we get there, what's it going to be like? So Moses is already in the promise. He is mentally already in the promise. He's just trying to understand what's it going to be like when he gets there. Can we defend ourselves against the enemies? Because here's a vital, important thing to remember. And I know we know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Just because you receive the promise doesn't mean there won't be more attacks. Just because you receive the promise does not mean there will not be more attacks. There's more that always follows, right? And that's part of the frustration we sometimes have as humans, is we think, okay, God promised us this wonderful thing. Oh my God, I finally received the thing that God promised. Why am I still being attacked? God never said there wouldn't be more attacks. He never said there wouldn't be more attacks to come just because he gave you the promise.